Hi everyone, we are back, and I know we are live on Instagram and a bunch of other places, and we are live because Dark read something that I found, and he got a little bit pissed, and he wanted to go live to a big audience, or bigger audience, especially since.
Well, we found out tonight that apparently I can't even live stream on YouTube. So there's that.
So I decided to let him use my platform to get his thoughts on this out there. I have some thoughts. Yesterday we did a stream with Valfanel of GOA, and they practiced something called confrontational politics. Basically, it is the carrot and the stick. If you do something we like, we're gonna reward you. If you do something we don't like, we're gonna call you out on it. We don't protect you. Access-based politics is different. Access-based politics is you cover for the politicians that you like in hopes that if you cover for them enough time, they'll give you something that you want. It's a very different philosophy, and groups like FOAC have that philosophy. Whether it's good or bad, that is for you guys to decide. Dark and Rich, they already have their minds made up. So I wouldn't say I'm going to be neutral, because I said many times that I'm a confrontational politics type of guy, but I am going to hand it over to them to let you hear what they have to say. Dark, I think, wants to read what the statement manifesto is.
Yeah,
I am going to post it in there. I put it on my Twitter, and also it's on my Instagram. So if you guys want to read it yourself, you can do that. I would love to have someone from FOAC on to explain their thinking on this. I know it probably wouldn't be my thinking, but yeah.
and
So let's go ahead and we'll bring this up, and I will let you read it. I'm just going to blow it up a little bit.
And I just want to say we can all respectfully disagree, right? Like we're not doing this to tear anybody up. I'm just personally saying that if I disagree with something, I'm going to speak on it. Now, usually I would just go live on my channel, DLD After Dark, on YouTube. However, for some reason, I'm unable to go live, even though YouTube hasn't given me a strike. But
and you won the appeal.
And I won the appeal from last night when they took my stream down for showing a stripped SIG 365 slide. Anyway, that's aside from this. So, like Crump said, Val Fennell, who's the regional director for the GOA.
The state director for Pennsylvania.
I'm sorry, state director for Pennsylvania. He came on the show, and we were having a conversation about the potential of House Bill 777 pass, which is essentially a ban on privately manufactured firearms, what they call ghost guns, what we call just simply living
homemade firearms.
Yeah, we just build guns because that's what we do. And this would affect 3D printed guns, polymer 80s, any home built firearm at all whatsoever. You would be forced to serialize it. All this crazy draconian tyrannical nonsense. Okay. Now, I'll just go ahead and read through, and let me know. Maybe Rich, you could speak on your thoughts, and then I'll share my thoughts. And Crump, I'd love to hear your line of thinking on it too. So below it says, a statement from firearms owners against crime on the passage of the quote ghost gun bill in PA, Pennsylvania. So it says, regardless of the flaws in the bill, regardless of the constitutional challenges raised by the just and correct legislators of the Commonwealth, regardless of the history of this nation. House Bill 777 passed today on the floor of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. And then here's where it becomes interesting. I would encourage members to realize that Republicans who voted in favor of this bill did so knowing they would lose their seats if they did not because they wanted to.
He's
Yeah,
trying
okay.
to read, Rich.
It just being that it's okay. I'm reading from my phone. It's all good. Do what you want with the screen. We literally just had a conversation yesterday about holding these same exact people accountable, right? And like you mentioned, the carrot and the stick, right? Anyway, then it goes on to say, I would encourage members to understand that even with those 3 Republicans voting against this bill, it would have passed 101 to 100, even with Democrat Frank Burns voting against the bill. Understand, these Republicans know this bill will not become law because they're okay. Pause.
Yeah. So with the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act.
Yeah, they know this bill. Nobody knows anything. Now, of course, we'll come back to it. So again, they say, understand these Republicans know, that's certainty, this bill will not become law because their fellow Republicans in the Senate will kill it promptly. Understand the only reason the Democrats ran this bill was to make these Republicans either vote this way and get attacked by 2A groups, which has already started, or vote our way and get attacked by their local voters over a vote they could not win. Try to remember those Republicans.
I don't understand what this guy is trying to communicate. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, well, there's a few things there. It's the undertone. Yeah.
Keep on reading. We'll discuss it after.
Try to remember those Republicans are in heavy Democrat districts, and we need them to stay in their seats, even though they're literally voting against your natural rights. We need them to stay in their seats to regain the House and stop this nonsense. More importantly, it is time to go after the Democrats ignoring the Constitution of this land. It is time to spend money, interesting, an effort in replacing Anita Kolick, Nick Posciatano, Jim Haddock, Eddie Pashinsky, and Robert Matzi. It is time FOAC. Yahtzee?
No, I'm saying.
It is time FOAC Institute. FOAC Institute became more active in replacing the anti-gun legislators who cower from their leftist tyrannical leadership and reminded these representatives that our right to keep and bear arms in the defense of ourselves and the state shall not be questioned, which is the wording of the state constitution. The Senate has killed this bill before it is even officially reported, but we cannot count on that forever. It's time to engage. Donations can be made on the website. Email me with how engaged you are willing to become. We have a lot to do. Let's get started.
The Senate has not killed the bill. It's still alive.
Yeah, it's very much alive. Now, this is from Jim Stoker, the president of the FOAC Institute, which is the
Firearms Owners Against Crime.
Yes, thank you, Crump. So if you want to jump in first, Rich, let's have a conversation
first off,
about
Crump, can you tell us the history of FOAC?
FOAC was ran by a guy named Kim Stouffer, who ran it for very many years. He passed away from cancer. He is one of the guys that negotiated with Josh Shapiro and Amin Brown to get JSD Supply banned from Eagle shows.
Just saying.
So,
man.
So, not a fan of 3D printed guns, not a fan of polymer.
No, he's the guy. I had their former president on who passed away, who stated that he didn't want black people to have guns, which he did. He stated that he wanted a paper trail for polymer 80s.
He said he did not want black people to have guns.
Well, I said, so you don't want them sold in different areas, right? It's like, so you don't want, like, what areas? He's like, oh, the inner cities is like, so predominantly black areas. And he said, yes.
Wow.
Okay. That's
See,
interesting because
I am
natural rights
so
are natural.
liberal with gun rights. I think if you're not in jail, you should have a gun.
Yeah. Even if you're freshly released from committing this whole felon thing, and we can get on that later, but correct. If you are not a ward of the state,
If you're
then
safe enough to be out in society, you're safe enough to have your full rights and privileges.
absolutely. If you're removed from your property, then you're removed from your property. When you're released, you become reunited with your property, whatever that property may be, including firearms and your dog, your house, your whatever. Okay, Rich, you want to share what your thoughts are on this?
So, first off, I don't know. I'm probably, I 3D print guns. I do polymer 80s. I do 80% ARs. I don't know if I have to get my bona fides out, but
By the way, you also have a 365, which is a modular firearm.
That's true. No, none of us are
Yeah,
in
320.
Pennsylvania. Let's share that. The reason that we're passionate about all of this is because it doesn't matter what state it's in. If it's in a state, it's coming to your state,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
So, just by what Crump said, first off, we know FOAC is, they might as well be turncoats. I am, just like GOA, a Second Amendment absolutist. And I think you should have any gun you want. If you're not in prison, you should have every gun you want, regardless, period. And that's how I hope laws change. I think somebody like this, we have another friend in the industry that believes there should be gatekeepers. And it's amazing to me the people that think they're smart and think there should be gatekeepers don't realize that they might be on the wrong side of the gate in the future. Just like when the Democrats got rid of the filibuster, then all of a sudden the Republicans were in charge, and they're like, "Oh, thanks. By the way, fuck you."
You know what this
So-
kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of the 1980 NRA in 1986 and 93 or 94.
Where
Sorry,
94.
they were negotiating our rights away.
the Hughes Amendment, 1994, 1968, 1934.
Yeah, it sounds all from very familiar dates.
Well,
The
all of those
94 to
great dates
04.
in history when the NRA arranged for our rights to go away.
No,
Yep.
I'm just saying, but that is the key to access-based politics.
Yeah, it's the same sentiment.
Maybe it won't survive the Senate. I would rather.
then
It doesn't
people
matter.
stand.
So here's
doesn't matter.
Here's
Bad
the
idea is bad idea.
most Republicans, I'm not going to speak for every single person. I didn't watch every single one of those Republicans' campaigns. Okay. However, I'll say this for the most part, Republicans typically campaign on, so they're called conservative Republicans. Generally, they campaign and fundraise. They take people's money, okay, donations for conserving the republic. Okay. Conserving the republic and preserving your natural rights and protecting your natural rights. And then what do when they're challenged? They fold with zero accountability. And then we have organizations coming out saying, hey, guys, I know all of these people that campaigned on protecting you and your natural. Now, let me just get this out of here right now. I personally do not depend on any politician to protect or preserve my rights. I don't believe in any of that. And I think both sides are equally, two heads of the same snake. I don't expect any of them to save us. Okay. But I'm just saying we have to acknowledge the world that we live in. And this is currently the world that we live in for the most part, with some small exceptions. So they run around and they campaign on conserving the republic, okay, protecting your natural rights. They take people's money, okay, and then they say we're going to preserve your natural rights. We're going to conserve the republic, and then they go vote against your natural rights. They are literal liars. Okay. And then we have organizations that are, by the way, same idea, same concept, same sentiment. We have organizations that say we are a firearm owners against crime organization. Okay. We're all against crime. That's why we carry guns, because we're against crime. Okay. And then you go out and you send this message that literally you're trying to protect them and say, guys, don't be too mean to them. Okay, there's already 2A groups being mean to them. Don't be mean to them. Don't hold them accountable, because they all just voted against your natural rights to give away your ability to build guns, because they're thinking, I don't build guns, my family doesn't build guns, my people don't build guns, we have armed security, we don't care. And they're folding. They're softer than shit. I can't believe that this is happening. Of course, I can believe it's happening. Yeah, I think they're soft, and I think FOAC's statement was soft, and I think any level of compromise at all is treasonous.
I agree.
So that's my stance.
Absolutely.
And YouTube, how are you going to shut me down from live streaming, bro? Sorry, that's my last thing. Go ahead.
Yep.
Just stream on Rumble. You get more views.
I will. I will.
I am going to. I'm also now going to put up a. Let me go ahead and just put this up here too. Let's see if I can share it over here.
Christy says their grammar is just outright offensive. That's hilarious. Shout out to all you guys too. 2AEDU, what's up, man? We get the government we deserve. Absolutely. Come on, PLA, G23, TMC, Rip Crow Readiness, all you guys. Shauna, great to see all you guys.
Now I got something that I'm gonna put up here. Let me just go ahead. I'm just going to.
I'm curious what your thoughts are, because are you pulling something up to share your thoughts? Because
no, there's a whole nother thing that they sent out before this that I did not tell you about because I wanted to get your reaction live.
Just don't get mad at them, guys, because they're already taking enough flack for voting against all of your natural rights. It's our job to protect your natural rights, but give them a pass. It's unbelievably soft, and I agree. To ADU, we've caused this, we've allowed this, and we've just been passive. There is no more room for being passive. There's no more room for allowing people to do this. It's we're so far beyond the line in the sand. It is ridiculous.
All right.
So
I'm going to share this. Just pasted it in like a blog thing. So I want you to read this, Dark, and let me know what you think.
Okay.
If you can read it.
You know what? I didn't update my computer, so I can't blow this up and read it. Can you send it to my phone, to my email or something?
Yeah. You know what I'll do? I got an idea. Let me just shut this out. I'll go to Google Docs. So
okay.
Like everything shared. So.
Is that where do we share stuff on Google Docs?
No, I'm talking about no, like I think I could have probably put it on whatever. Doesn't matter.
Damian Christ, Clint Eastwood, Playboy, great to see you guys. The Sentinel, what's up?
All right, so here we go. So I'm going to share this with you too.
Okay. And if anyone out there is in Pennsylvania, man, shout out to you. I know this has got to be rough. We just dealt with a whole slew of this in Virginia.
We beat it though.
We did beat it.
Right.
Thank you to our governor.
Here you go.
It's still too small. Hold on. Full screen layout. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to change that.
Why don't you let Rich read it?
Yeah, Rich, you got to read it. I can't blow it up.
Well, folks, we've done everything we can, it seems. Put out calls to action, sent email blasts, called or emailed dozens of anti gun legislatures protesting the passing of HB 777. We've spoken to lots of pro gun legislatures, some of whom are under intense pressure by citizens and even police in their districts because of recent shootings, one of which took the life of a young child. Many of you have helped with the emails and phone calls, and we even put out district wide text messages in 5 Democrat districts. We feel,
No,
we
we
feel
feel
could possibly we feel could possibly be convinced to ask their leadership not to run these bills twice. Unfortunately, the bigger battle in the House is for elections, numbers, and ultimate control of the committees to stop these types of bills. The anti gun crowd in the Democrat Party leadership is playing the game and forcing pro gun Republicans to vote in favor of gun control bills or lose their seats, and further tip the scales against us in Harrisburg. We saw it last year over universal background checks and red flag laws, ERPOs, extreme risk protection orders.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
they're doing it again, knowing the PA Senate will kill these bills immediately. This is about the bigger picture, folks. It's all about whomever has the most seats can do what they want, and we're watching it unfold. This is why we have been pushing for voter registration. This is why it matters so much to drag that hesitant conservative voice with you to the polls. We must not turn against our own when they are put in these positions, knowing the bill will die in the Senate. We must turn the tide and take back the House. Pro gun legislators must win. Nothing left to do but wait. House resumes session 1
Yeah,
p.m.
this was before it happened.
And
So
who's writing this?
That,
FOAC?
the same Jim
Doesn't it?
Stoker.
Did I not understand this? Do I not understand the English language well enough to get what that was saying?
Well, let me ask you this: if those individuals that voted against our natural rights, um, they said those so they can keep their seats. Should those individuals that voted for this bill, they voted for gun control, should they keep their seats? Do they deserve to keep their seats?
if they're going to do exactly what the Democrats say, I don't see why that is.
Yeah, it's based on performance, right? Like if you have a job and your job, if you don't do anything that you're supposed to do in your job, it doesn't matter what you say. It is performance based, right? You can't turn around and say, "But I'm so good at this. I'm so good. Trust me, I'm good." When you see me be good, you are going to be like, "Wow, he's good." Like, dude, that is such. I know you try to keep it family friendly here. Banana juices. I'm just saying that if somebody that is claiming to be a conservative Republican whose job is to conserve the republic, if they are going to run on things like being advocates of natural rights and then they vote against your natural rights, they don't deserve to keep their seat. That is the performance. You've just witnessed their performance. What in the future would change? Nothing. All this is a big simp burger. Somebody simping for people, whatever, trying to drive donations, trying to say, well, folks, that's it. That we've done all that we can do. It's soft, man. It is extremely soft.
100%. But yeah, but you know, if this is, I mean, if you're an access-based politics guy and you think this is the way forward, then you know that's your decision to make. If you think that you're a confrontational politics and you believe in the carrot and stick, and you should never vote against someone's natural rights, then that is what you think. Which is better? Which is the actual, you know, right way? That is for you to make up your own mind.
Yeah. If somebody is
Just two different
advertising,
philosophies.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably a much safer way to put it. I just, in my mind, if somebody is advertising that they live by a particular set of morals and by a particular code, and their actions, in some cases inactions, advertise a completely different code, the audio and video don't match. You know what I mean? It
Right,
it
right.
it can't. These two things cannot coexist. So, yeah. That pissed me off. And again, I'm not in Pennsylvania. I have nothing to do with Pennsylvania. I'm just looking at this from a 50,000-foot view saying, okay, if that's there, we just dealt with something similar here. They're dealing with it. And look, especially with the explosive growth, especially with all these illegal aliens being, brought in here. You see these areas that are suburban areas that become urban, that become big metropolis, big cities, right? And then they say, well, we have to change our ruling on guns because we have LA in California. We have to change our rulings on guns because we have DC or Baltimore or whatever. It's we're all headed in that direction. And the people that are like, well, I'm not going to get involved because I'm over here in this state. You just wait. It will be knocking right at your door before you know it.
No, I'm sure it will be. But we'll see. That's basically all I wanted to do here, is just to touch on that really quick.
We just wanted to
And
share the
well, no,
vaginal.
you wanted to share it, so I was like, all right,
Yeah,
well, let's do it.
I wanted to share it. I thought it was very vaginal.
All right, well, that's an interesting way to put it, but that is it. So I will see you guys later. Follow DLD After Dark at DLD After Dark, Flying Rich at Flying Rich Firearms, and Flying Rich on YouTube. And with that, we are out of here. So I will see you guys later.